my channel. My name is Kim. I am a plant mom and oh my god, we have a turtle. We have this guy roaming around my feet. Okay, sorry. Today, I don't know why, but it is a very chaotic day. We have a turtle roaming around. We have this plant, this philodendron. I was just setting up for today's video and she just fed out. I don't know how, I don't know who, I don't know where, but she just fell and yeah, she broke into 2 pieces, which I'm very frustrated about, and I think this is the perfect introduction to today's video: overconsumption in the plant community. Yeah, I'm very frustrated. I don't know what to do. Okay, the chaos, the frustration, the everything is not how it's supposed to be. I don't know. Today is not my day, I guess. But I just wanted to, you know, have a chit chat with you guys and as usual talk a little bit with you about a subject around our common hobby, the, you know, houseplant hobby. And I don't want to be judgmental at all during this video, because everything that I will say, I am also one of the, you know, members of the plant community, so of course I am also talking about myself and my own experience. However, I just was thinking about it for a while, and it was a subject that has been one of my main focus over the past years, and I think I am finally able, I guess, to talk about it without feeling weird about it, I guess, and just weird about myself and my own actions. In many of my videos, I think that I have been talking about all of my little daily actions around ecological topics. And what I mean by that is that whenever I buy, I always try to buy locally, you know. I always try to buy at least at a local plant shop, and if I cannot, I try to buy from a plant seller online that is located not so far away from me. And that's something that I was really trying to get into my routine around this hobby. And the more I get into this you know, engagement for myself and for the world, and the more I try to be better into my own, you know, little life as everyone. And I think this being better for myself and for the world also has to be effective in my own hobby, which is the houseplant collecting, taking care of, you know, hobby. And I think that over the past years, and also more precisely since COVID, we have been, you know, getting into the overconsumption core. I will not lie, I was also a part of this. And during COVID, that was, I think that was one of, you know, the things that bring us a lot of joy. And I don't think we should blame ourselves for that, because it was our own way to cope and to, you know, process everything that was going on. And the little hobbies that we had was also a part of, you know, coping, of our own coping mechanism. So I think overconsumption for that time was not something that we could change at all. But now I think that we are at a time that we need to change, and that for various, if not all, aspects of our lives, but I think that over the past few years I've also like tried to change my own description, translation of the word hobby. And hobbies to me shouldn't hurt anything or anyone. And by pressing ourselves to overconsume in the plant community, I don't think that it was bringing me joy at all. Even if it was pleasant to, you know, watch YouTube hauls of plant people buying new plants that I didn't had and that I wanted to discover and to, you know, enjoy as well. And even for myself, whenever I was buying a lot of plants at some point, because getting new things is very exciting, I was getting a little bit of joy, yes, but I think that the impact of that is not joyful at all. I don't want to be like, you know, the moral girl that wants to, you know, change everything, but I just think that for myself, it was not pleasant at all to always get that pressure of buying new plants to show off, and that pressure consisting of getting new things and always be on top of the you know, common plants and having the rarest plants and, you know, finding the new hybrid. I think this is kind of tiring and frustrating, and enjoying what you have and appreciate the basics of your hobby, like taking care of your plants, you know, getting excited for new leaves or bigger roots, or getting a new pot, or just repotting your plants, getting flowers. All of those stuffs around the planty hobby are the basics of the hobby. And I think that my personal shift was when I realized that the plant hobby, the houseplant hobby, was a luxury hobby, and, you know, always getting new and rare plants was not, you know, was not the goal I was aiming for when I started this hobby plus 10 years ago, you know. And I wanted to get to my basics and, you know, grounding myself with what's really brings me joy with that hobby. And as well as other hobbies like fashion, or even like, I don't know, cooking or reading or any other hobby, the overconsumption is always a part of this, I guess, because you want to experience more of the hobby, but it shouldn't be a part of what brings you joy in the hobby. And that difference change it all, I guess, for me though. As for my own personal experience, buying locally was a real first step, but I guess that now that the overconsumption slash underconsumption trend is, you know, getting more and more attention, I think that some trends can be, you know, translated into our own hobbies, like the no buy months, the underconsumption lore, or whatever it is called. But, you know, all of the things that makes you appreciate what you have more. I think it is good for a hobby that you want to keep for another 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And as I was always interested in plants and in everything that is green and natural, I think that I want to keep this hobby forever. And if I want to keep it, I have to get rid with it. And whenever it gets a little bit toxic, I have to, you know, get back to my basics. And even if it's hard sometimes, because you have to get patient, you know, when you want to buy a new plant, and that it is not, you know, affordable, or it is not available near your house. You know, the temptation to just, you know, say, okay, whatever, I will just get this from, you know, another country, another continent, or I don't know. The real effort of being patient, being frustrated, and you know, just telling yourself, okay, it's fine, I will not get this plant until it is available near me, which may never happen, you know. It is, you know, a part of the hobby, I guess, because I don't know, like a few hundred or even 1,000 years ago, people was eventually taking care of plants as hobbies, and they were not being around all of these exotic rare plants. They had their common plants from where they were living, and it was enough, and it was just taking care of the plants that they had and experience with the plant that they have was the hobby. And of course the changes of the plant market adds to it, because now that I guess you've seen it on TikTok or on YouTube, but now everyone can, you know, can do hybrids in their houses, and they can, you know, do plant culture on their own. And all of this new technology that is available to us is participating also on the, you know, getting new things and, you know, making more and creating more. And I don't think in this hobby it is necessary, you know. I think that we should nourish the traditional ways. I think that's the new technology is awesome and it's amazing, and I guess it's helping a lot in other, you know, areas and other domains. But you know, in the hobby it's not necessary. You know, you can do your traditional ways of propagation, and eventually it will work. And I don't know, you know, sometimes I talk about one of my best friends about this hobby, and he always said to me that it is a luxury hobby, and you know, getting new plants costs a lot. It also costs a lot to take care of them, you know, the artificial lights, the water, the humidifier, all of the electronics. And it also costs you a lot of energy to take care of that plant, you know, personal, spiritual energy, and also physical, because you have to be there to water your plants or whatever. And I always say to him that I am grateful that I am able to participate and experience this wonderful hobby that is the, you know, plants hobby. But I think we can get better at it. I think it can always be better, and for that we have to change as a word, as people, as a community. Also we have to, you know, sometimes get back to what's really bring us joy and what's our definition of a hobby. And I think that video was a way for myself to ground that idea that I have been thinking about for the last, I don't know, few months, years, and anchor that into our reality. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you my thoughts, and please let me know in the comments what you think about it. Are you, you know, in the same mood? Did you, you know, try to get into this, you know, redefining your own hobby as I am right now? So please talk to me about it, put it in the comments, and I will love to engage with you on this topic, because it is very important to me, and I think it is important for the plant community as a whole. So yeah, I really enjoyed talking with you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I think I will see you in my next video. Bye.